Okay, fellas, look, job done. We're safe, excellent work. And, there's just this little niggling thought I have about Europe. It's only 6 points away. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Do we push on for Europe or do we just go to the beach mentally? You decide, guys. You decide.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 2, Episode 8, and today we've actually come back a day early, or a game early I should say. It's going to be Varazdin in the league, and then we're going to be facing Hajduk Split. And the reason we've done that is because there's just something magnificent is happening. We are a very, very decent chance of getting ourselves into Europe. Now we can see here that Agul has won Player of the Month for February, and Page was second in that as well. So it's all coming up, Jarun. There are 2 games in the end to catch you up on. The first of those was against table-topping Aussie. Let's go see how we did. We took an early lead when Page crossed for a goal. But Aussie were level before half-time. Before Phil put us back ahead. And Page wrapped up the points in stoppage time. So we were really, really good in this one. We deserved to win. We scored some good goals. And, yeah, I mean, if that's top of the league, then we're not a bad team all of a sudden. So that is excellent news. Next up, we face Gorica. Now, they knocked us out of the cup. We beat them last time we faced them in the league. Let's see what happened this time. We fell behind in the first minute. And it was 2-0 just before half-time. Tomic pulled one back. And Rovers crossed for Pranjic to get us level. Before Philip completed the comeback. So this was one back for some of those games earlier on in the season. We rode our luck massively. They hit the woodwork 20 times it seemed like. And we got 2 dodgy-ish penalties. Yeah, we were very, very lucky here. We stole a win. I'm not even sure we were worth the draw, to be honest. But yeah, it could have been 5 or 6 for them. But ultimately we got the win, which is huge. And it means... there we go, 6 points off Europe, and we do have to play everybody at least once. We've got Varazdin and Hajduk Split today. We'll have to play them twice. So the reason I've come back for Varazdin is because it could be a very determining game. If we beat them, then we sort of leave them behind, and I think then we can definitely look up. If they were to beat us, and they do have a very good record against us, then it could just be we need to, take our medicine and think that we've had a very good year to... if we end up top half after the struggles we had, what a comeback that has been. So we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them, and this is the team that we are sending out. Priscilla in goal, Bekanic, Saveco, and Zebic. We can see the 2 Dinamo players there getting a nice little link up, which will benefit them and us, obviously, for now. Pajic and Rajikovic go down the wings. Then we've got the Dashka, Tomic, and Persha in midfield, with Fillet and Agul being the 2 up front. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. No names leap out at me. This guy, I think we've pointed him out before. I think he was in the Premier League at one point. But he's on the downward spiral of his career. Let's go with home forms. Let's just keep going with no pressure because it's worked for us so far. And why change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. And Varazdin are the worst defence in the league, which must make us the second worst defence. So I'm expecting goals in this one. Now, I meant to mention it as I was going through that Gorica game. The reason that we had the comeback is I went back to the formation that we had experimented with against Hajduk Split, I think, last time we played them, with the inside forwards and whatnot, and absolutely worked a charm, as you could see. 3 goals in about half an hour, and so I think that's something that we'll need to use a little bit more. The way that Gorica play is they play with the narrow 4-4-2 diamond. So I think against teams like that, I maybe will need to be a little bit more open, perhaps, to doing that. But we've been playing so well in this way ever since that Istra game that I kind of had, I don't want to say forgotten about it, but I kind of put it on the back burner because we weren't necessarily needing it. But we certainly needed it in that game. And it worked its absolute charms. We've given the ball away in a very bad area. Priscilla can't do anything with it. And we continue to struggle against Varazdin. And that seemed a little bit of a of an own goal, really, didn't it? Not literally, of course, but Persa just got closed down. I feel like Priscilla could have done a little bit better there. But anyway, what can we do? Let's encourage them. And, you know, they are going to be there for the taking to a point. But that puts them ahead of us. And remember at the start of the year, we thought they would be the team that that we might be better than. So, we've had a lot of possession here. I wonder if what we could do is play a bit of a higher line and maybe shoot on sight. Because we've had a lot of possession, but not necessarily many shots. One other thing we could maybe look to do is pass the ball into space. It's always difficult, isn't it, if you don't have the full highlights on to know exactly what needs to happen. But, I mean, I don't have the patience to sit here and watch 90 minutes of football. So, yeah. Let's try passing it into space and see if that works for us. Maybe raise up the tempo a little bit as well. And if it doesn't work, we can obviously change it up. It might be a game we go back to playing with the inside forwards again. Pajic to fill it. Here we go with Dashka coming forward. Dashka, look at Rajakovic. He picked him out with a nice ball there. Can we whip one across? It's there. It is eventually there, and it's Phillip that draws this level early in the second half. And I thought, I wonder if there would have been a penalty for the potential foul on a goal, because he was the one I was looking at to get it in there. Nice ball to find Rajakovic. He is just an assist machine, and yeah, goalkeeper had kind of given up on it, hadn't he? He was just ball watching, and we draw level. I do think, and let me know what you guys think in the comments, I don't think we can afford to drop any more points to Rijeka. But obviously, you know, we're going to have to play them once. That's going to be a must-win game for us. Potentially, then we're looking at a gap of 3 points. And then you never do know. Now, Dinamo have sacked their manager. So it depends if, you know, there's not that long to go in the season. If they hire another manager, if they go with an interim, what's going to happen with them? And Philin has got a second. Oh, we're going to have to sign him. I say it every episode, don't I? We've got a minimum guaranteed transfer budget of 100 grand for next year. I did check that. And the fee for him that was in the loan was an optional 130,000. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I think we've got to move as heaven and earth as much as we can to try and keep him, because he just works, doesn't he? He just works in the way that we're playing. I mean, the issue, of course, then is, are we going all in on one player when we are going to have a few problems potentially at the back, because our goalkeeper and 2 of our centre-backs are both just on loan. So we're going to need to do something there. Now, Hartman, who we signed, you may remember he was a free transfer that we just kind of randomly picked up. I think I found him during an episode and we signed him. He's now annoyed because he's not getting first-team football, and Bosanic is also annoyed because he's not getting first-team football. So, I mean, players at the level we're at are not that difficult to come by. But equally, you know, I mean, we could probably get other guys back in on loan as well, couldn't we? So I don't necessarily think we need to panic too much. But is it a wise move to go all in on one player up front? Yeah, but I mean, Phillip and Agul just seem to work, don't they? With Pranjic as a bit of a sort of a backup option for them. There's a good cross in, and Pajic has his second goal of the season. His second for the club. It is now 3-1 late on, and that should be enough to get us across the line here. Percival's not having a great game, so we will get Trigrenic on for him. And what a cross that was. And yeah, I mean, this is looking as though it's Varazdin brushed aside. And we need to check in on the Rijeka score, and if they drop any more points, well, could we... Imagine if we finish this season in Europe. What's that say about the rest of the league? Because we weren't, I don't think we were ever dead and buried, but I was certainly very concerned that we weren't going to stay up for a while there. So with Rijeka still to play, the gap is now 3 points. We've almost got our goal difference back even. I mean, this is turning into a very, very special first season of the top flight. It just goes to show you how quickly something can turn around, doesn't it? Agul is set for a bonus. That's fine. He's earned that if he gets it. 2 goals for Philip. I mean, what a star he has been. And yeah, just very, very pleased with that. 6 wins in a row now, and we go against Hajduk Split. That's going to be a much tougher game. They're right up there in the title race. But if we win that, then we are on for Europe. Alright, welcome back. Now we're getting ready to face Hajduk Split. Now we've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is Dashka has signed a 4-year extension, £550 a week. That's a really... He's been just so reliable for us, hasn't he? So a bit of a no-brainer to do that. And the bad news is one of our on-loan defenders, the guy who has been playing in the middle for us, is injured for a month. So that's a big blow, given that we're just really starting to get on this really good roll. And yeah, last thing we wanted, particularly in defence, was to have to make a change, but we've had to do that. So let's have a look here. We are getting ready to face Hajduk Split. Now they can go top with a win. Rijeka, now they did drop points. They drew at home to Lokomotiva, but then went to Osijek and won away. So if we were to win, it'd be a 4-point gap. That is a little bit of an ask, but even now, you know, a 7-point gap is not... It's gotten bigger, but it's not the end of the world, given that Hajduk away is probably one of, if not our toughest game left this season. So, yeah, take a point right now, I think I would. We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them, and this is the team that we are sending out. Persila in goal. Then we've got Bekenic. Zabic moves into the back. We're going to give Hartman a game. He's unhappy because he's not starting, so we're going to start him and hope he doesn't sulk and just kind of see what we get from him. Pajic and Radjakovic will be the wide players. Dashka, Persa, Tomic, and then Fillet and Agul will be the front two. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here now. This one, Manuel Cruz, has scored against us quite a bit this season, so that's one name to, yeah, to look out for in fear, I suppose. Just get out there, show the world you've got what it takes. I can get on board with that. We've got hesitant, yeah. I worry that Hartman... Oh, he's got confidence now. I worry that Hartman might be about to let us down massively here. All right, and here we will go. Now, they're in good form as well, but not quite as good a form as we're in. But we did have this... The run that we've had, maybe Osijek aside, is that run that is kind of the games that we... I always felt... I wouldn't say always. It's always good to be wise after the event. But I felt like if we could get on a run, then we could shoot right up the table. Now... I didn't think Europe was at all possible. Even when the season started, I didn't think Europe would be particularly possible for us. But we're in a situation now where it is just dangling there, and it's almost silly to say I'd be disappointed if we didn't get it, given that we were so bad for so long. And speaking of bad for so long, Viewers Player of the Year nominees will have to vote on that next episode, I would imagine. Depends how close down to the wire a potential European bid goes, but... we'll have to vote on it next episode just to be safe. So, yeah, final call for your Viewers Player of the Year nominations. Can Dashka get across? Oh, that's okay. Couldn't quite bend it around. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, so it'd be disappointing not to get to Europe at this point, having sort of come so good so late. But ultimately, we haven't deserved it all year, so we can't, I don't think, complain too much as Radjakovic draws a good save from the keeper. And we will have ourselves a throw. But we won't ever get to see what happened with that. So here come Hajduk again. And can we win this ball back? It's weird. There's been quite a few teams that have switched up to a 4-4-2 formation. So the second half of the year. Now, I don't know if that's just against us or if that is just generally speaking what they're doing against everybody in the league. But... yeah, it's strange to have so many 4-4-2s. As it's another Pajic, won the cross, and it is a goal again in the middle, his 15th of the season, and we're winning away to Hajduk Split. I mean, where has this been all season? It's almost frustrating, isn't it? I do think a big part, I think there's 2 big things that have affected us. I think in hindsight, the defence we had at the start of the year, which was a lot older, I think, yeah, Miratovic was just a massive disappointment. It happens. But I wonder if we were playing too high a line with 2 slower players and getting in Zabic and the other guy and having a few other younger legs in there, I think it's definitely helped us be able to play with our higher line. And I also think, and you guys were saying this in the comments, just dynamics, just getting used to everybody sort of playing together and actually thinking that I know kind of what I'm doing a little bit. I think that's all started to come together for us a little bit. And is that offside? I think it's that friggin' Cruz guy again, but I think he might have been offside. It's first half stoppage time. It'll be annoying. And he's onside. Did Rajikovic... Oh, he's ducked in, has he? And Zebic has played him on. Fair enough. Oh, so disappointing though. We were that close. That close. It's onside. It's fine. So there we go. 1-1 at the break. Like I say, I would take this right now. Because as things stand, I think the big one is going to be... let's go with... let's keep playing with that pressure. The big one is obviously going to be Rijeka when we face them in the league for the final time. That is going to be a must-win. When you're trying to overhaul a 6-point gap in 9 games, then you're going to need to beat the team that you're up against directly. So if we can keep the gap to 6 points after this one, then that is huge, really. But if we could... nick a result. A goal in again. A goal has hit the post. Was the offside, maybe? I thought it was going to fall for Purser there, but not quite. Purser now with a corner. Chips it into the back post. Headed away. Zebic will pick it up. Zebic goes back to Dashka. Back to Zebic. Pajic is in a little bit of space on the right-hand side there, but we go out to the left, do we? Dashka back to Zebic. Through the middle for Fillet. Fillet loses out. It wasn't a great pass, but we've won it back there. Dashka. Can Purser slip in somebody? Purser, go yourself, mate. He's passed it to the wrong team. Purser, what was that? If they score from this, that's going to be so frustrating. Pajic, can he stop the cross? No, he can't. And, we've given away a penalty. What was Purser doing? I don't understand. He was in a perfect position to slip someone in or have a shot himself, and he's passed it out to their winger. All right, come on, Priscilla. Queen of the goalmouth. Oh, he can't quite. And we fall behind again. Actually, for the first time in this one, isn't it? Let's try demand more. Still a long way to go, only the 53rd minute. And we have come straight back. Dashka, back to Zebic. Bekenic. Dashka, there for Tomic. Tomic to Rajikovic. Rajikovic on the outside. Can he whip a cross in? It's a goal! It's come back off somebody's shins and out for a goal kick. That could have gone anywhere. But unfortunately for us, it did not go in the back of the net. Let's try some encouragement. What are we just after the hour mark? Is there anybody we want to change? Alright, Rajikovic not having a great game. We know Roves can come on and do a good job. Anybody else? Hartman is not having a great game. Alright, so let's take him off. Let's get Karabatic on. He's on the bench, isn't he? Yeah. He is anxious, but he is our guy with the massive jumping reach that could prove very useful for us. Let's try playing into space as well. So we've not had much possession, so I'm wondering if we need to try and turn them around a little bit. It's not really going for us, is it? Okay, Priscilla, I almost rage took you off, but I managed to fight off that urge. We'll take you off now. And we've got a corner to defend. See what we can do here. Floats it in. It is... Oh, somehow it stayed out. And Agul picks it up, but we can't look to get them on the break. Let's try another encouragement. And it doesn't look like much is going to happen here for us. Let's go more direct. Early crosses, shoot on sight. Is there anything here for us? Oh, we've got a free kick. Tomic into the back post. It's headed away. Pajic, can he get there first? He can. There's still about a minute and a half to go here. Karabatic, across for Bekenic. Bekenic, it's blocked. It's pinging around. Dashka now. Dashka wide for Pajic. Pajic, pull it back across, and he has! And Elias has scored in stoppage time, and it's 2-2! Away to Hajduk Split. This Jarun side is on just some sort of run. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Patient as well from Dashka. Pajic does what he does, and Fillet couldn't miss. Oh, wonderful stuff. A minute to go in stoppage time. Let's pray. We'll encourage them. Can we go and get a winner? No, we can't, but that's okay. I said I'd take a point in this one, and we've got it. That is huge. A very, very good result. So there we go. We kind of start where we left off. It's a 6-point gap, but that's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. A point away at Hajduk Split, who were going to be top of the league if they'd beaten us. That's a really good point. So youthful Jarun draw with Hajduk Split. Pajic shines, 2 assists for him. He's just looking really, really good, isn't he? Where's your chances created? Very good, mate. And yeah, there we go. He must be absolutely begging that we don't trigger that cause. The way that Phillip has played this season for us, I mean, how on earth did they let him go on loan? When you look at them, and they're struggling, you know, they're not going to go down, I wouldn't have thought. Rudez is going to go down, but they're falling like a brick, and they would just love to have Phillip up front, I would imagine. But guys, that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time for... we'll come back for Rijeka at home. It's a massive game, and we'll do Rudez away because let's hope we actually have had a tough time going away to them. So we'll see where we go there, and then we'll kind of see if it looks like Europe's going to go down to the wire. Then we'll have Gorica, Varazdin, and then Hajduk Split on the final day with end of season awards and whatnot. If it looks like it's not going to quite happen for us, then next episode will be the final one before the end of season awards. So that's why I want to vote next episode on Viewers Player of the Year. So make sure you get all your nominations in, and I will see you for that one. Could we make Europe in our first season up? I tell you what, I didn't think we'd be this close. Take care.